The ultimate forbidden fruit for sailors is shallow, protected waters. Those rare safe havens where you find complete protection from the relentless ocean swell. But it seems where the coastline is the most hostile, these sanctuaries are often hidden away, only accessible via what we call passes. Passes, which can be incredibly dangerous. We saw that as we rounded the Cape of Good Hope, and we see that again here in the South Pacific. The wrecks are plentiful, yet the beauty lures us sailors back for more. I'm Ben, that's Ashley. Together, we did the unimaginable. We sold everything and then set off on a mission to sail around the world.
Civilization. See you later.
Fishing competition, man. I think I win.
This is gonna be awesome.
After 38 countries, over 40,000 nautical miles, and welcoming 2 kids along the way, we are on our second lap around the world.
It's definitely harder cruising with kids, but it's really rewarding and it's been a lot of fun having them along for the ride. And that's what this is all about. Meeting people, seeing beautiful places, and the beautiful world that we live in.
Subscribe to follow the adventure as we live a life at sea.
I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Well, I think that's the end of that sail. It's ripped all the way to like a third of the way down. I think I'm gonna get a knife. Get the halyard ready to blow it. Okay, ready? Is it coming in?
After weeks in the incredible Marquesas, we set sail for the Tuamotus. The contrast between the two couldn't be more striking. Leaving behind towering peaks, we now aim for the lowest lying land on Earth. But the ocean had other plans. Unsettled weather, unpredictable, we battled shifting winds and rolling waves. Days like these remind us just how small you are out here.
Wow, look how big this guy is. See that? Wow, that is gorgeous.
That's neat, eh? You gotta keep that one to show Bodhi.
High five, I'm getting it down, Ash. Good job. That's what sailing's all about, right? Rolling with the punches. So, I don't know if it is repairable. It's obviously ripped right at this seam right here. Yeah, it's also ripped at this seam.
What likely happened here was a case of instrument fixation. Although we didn't exceed the sail's maximum wind strength, the popping and loading caused by the waves hitting us on the beam likely doubled the forces beyond what the sail was designed for.
So that's our current apparent wind speed, and that's been our max, 19.5. If we're told we can take the sail easily into the 20s, 25, we'll take it to the 25s.
In aviation, instrument fixation occurs when a pilot becomes so focused on one instrument that they lose situational awareness. This can lead to errors, and the same thing can happen if you're not careful at sea. It's a really expensive mistake. But the key now is to move on as quickly as possible. We're at sea, the damage is done, and going down the spiral will help absolutely no one.
Don't do what we do. Oh well. That's life, I guess. You learn the hard way.
Ashley's dad always had to say, he said about cars, it's just a hunk of metal, and it's just a piece of cloth. Yes, it costs money, but it's not sentimental. No one got hurt. It's all good. Keep sailing.
This is a rough leg for most sailors sailing around the world because you're headed more or less south. Every time the route dictates going north or south inside the trade wind belt, we perk up and start poring over the weather forecast. With the trade winds coming from the east, it's a tight angle. The same challenge happens when you head down to New Zealand or up or down the Caribbean island chain. Any leg that's north or south in the tropics is often tricky for sailors.
Date 3 out here, I guess. We're on to day 3, and Willa came down with a fever and a cold today. She picked up some sort of cold when we were in Fatu Diva. We're not sure where or how or what, but it's awful. She's had a fever. And we're not so far from land that we can't get somewhere where we're not worried about it, but it sucks. It sucks for her. She is miserable today. She's over here. Oops, bad mom. You okay, sweetie? But on a much more positive side, yeah, it's been super comfortable today, and this is what passages should be like. And we had to maintain over 6 knots to make it down to Rairora Pass in time. And we did. We managed to do that. We've actually averaged about 8 knots over the last couple days. The wind has died now, but we still have a bit of positive current going with us. Timing has been excellent on this passage, and we are scheduled to make pass landfall at exactly the right time. Doesn't always happen. Something you do inside?
Yeah, something I should be doing inside there.
What are you doing?
I pulled out the tuna slayer. We call this the tuna slayer. This caught that massive tuna in Papua New Guinea that's in the intro.
Hey, that's that camera over the edge, man.
Didn't take too long to get him in.
Look at that's the big lure. That's a new pink lure. Can you even lift him?
Just watching for sharks. I haven't used it much since because, well, we don't really want that big a tuna, but I had a bit of a dry spell here in the Marquesas and the 2 Motus, so I'm ready to give it my all. The other thing with this particular lure that works particularly well is making a hook setup where the hooks are 90 degrees to each other. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
If the fish bites this way, it'll get hooked. If it bites that way, it'll get hooked. It just gets hooked either way. So that's gonna go underneath here. That sits like that. And we're gonna try it out. See if we can catch something here.
He really does need to up his game. I think we need to go bigger. Ben was on a mission to not catch too big a fish, but it just meant that he's not catching any fish.
I'll take a big fish over no fish. Good morning! We are just coming into Rairora, the first atoll that we're gonna hit. And we got a fish on. I was hoping for this. Let's hope it's not a skipjack, because that's our least favorite fish. But it's the pink skirt, once again, that is produced. Okay, let's pull it in. Ready? Let's see what it is. Staying down low. Ah, seems to be a nice size. Maybe it's a yellowfin. That would sure be nice. You think it's a yellowfin, tuna? Bodhi, where are you going? I need your help. I see it. Ah! So when you're pulling in fish with a hand line, you should be wearing gloves. But I take the line and then I do a 90 degree with my hand and pull it in. You can feel the head shakes directly on your hand. So if it starts to shake, I just stop pulling. And if it's a really big fish, I will wear gloves. It's just, I forgot. Often with fish too, you can tell what kind of fish it is. Like mahi will jump a lot, yellowfin will dive, wahoo will run like crazy at the beginning and then just let themselves be pulled in. Ah, too bad, it's a skipjack, Bodhi.
Catch a better one.
What's that? We're gonna catch a better one, yeah. You wanna throw the lure? Oh, don't let the hook get stuck. Okay, throw it. Good job. Land ho! In the 2 Motus, the land is so low that basically all you see is the palm trees and you have to be within a few nautical miles to even see that. There's a lot of these atolls. If there is an island, there's a coral ring around the outside often. Every year, boats end up on top of the reef. We've seen it in Huahine, we've seen it in other places in French Polynesia. It's just inexperience or inattentiveness on the part of the crew and captain. Often it's not really fatal. You just end up on the reef and get helicoptered out by the French Coast Guard, French Navy, but the boats are totaled. They're often a write-off. Right here is Rauoria. It's the place where Kontiki landed, or crash landed on the windward side. We're gonna go in the pass on the eastern side and then motor across the atoll on the inside to the western side and anchor off of the Kontiki Island. We're not quite sure what the tides are doing in the pass, so we'll see what it is doing. We're gonna just attempt to motor on through. There's a lot of hype around these passes and when you can go in, when you can't go in. In our experience, if the pass is wide enough, which is this one, you can always attempt it and turn around if it doesn't work out. No drama. All right, we're getting a bit closer. You can actually see the pass, so you can see the bit of standing waves. I approach these things with caution, but also not with fear. You know, there's no fear needed for these kind of things. The thing with these atolls is the water spills over the edges of the atoll, especially when it's windy and big waves, and then it has to drain out somewhere, and it drains out of the pass, which is often only one spot in the atoll. If they've had big storm surge coming up from the southern lows in the Southern Ocean, then that can often lead to constant outgoing current, which can be quite significant. I think we're okay. We'll do a drive-by, see if we can pick up some fish, and we'll go in.
A little early, hey?
We're a little early, but we'll use our time and see if we can hook up with something.
This is a good example of outgoing current in a pass. You see the rip here? This is nothing. We have seen so much worse. Check out these whirlpools and everything. Having some problems with your co-pilot?
Oh my God, he touches everything. The wheel, the buttons, the throttles.
Well, he's just finished getting out all my utensils out of my drawer where I was having a shower. I always like to have a shower when we arrive. Ben drives Ben nuts, but it feels so good to come off passage and have a shower the morning that you arrive. It's supposed to be slack water at noon, so we are early.
I think I might pull in the fishing lines and attempt it.
All the water is rushing out right now. There is a main stream, and then you can kind of sneak up the side of it. So where it's deepest and whatever in the middle of the pass is where you'll find the most current.
Okay, we're gonna go for it. First pass of 2 Motus.
No stress.
Got our mainsail up. Try and give us a little extra boost. See where we end up here. Okay, you're gonna do bommy spotting on the front, Ash.
I am. I'm not gonna lie, it is always a little stressful, especially when it looks like that. Are you getting swept one way or another?
I'm getting nervous is what I'm getting. Okay, you're doing bomby spotting, dude. What are you doing back here?
Nice job, Ben. Nice job.
We're not through. I think we got it.
What's our speed over ground?
4 knots. So we got about 5-6 knots against us. But engines are full throttle. No drama, man.
So it's 7 meters. It is crystal clear. I can see straight to the bottom, even with the current and the rip. It is a stunning place, the two Motus. And now my job starts. That's why I've got my sun shirt on today. I am bommy watch. The inside of these atolls are littered with these bommies. They're just rocks that come up to the surface from quite deep. It'll be 25 meters and then there'll be a little rock that's right at the surface. This is where it pays to have a good pair of polarized sunglasses. The light is pretty good today, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. We've got a bit of overcast here. They're not glowing. Sometimes they like glow, the bommies, and right now they're not. But I know there's a few bommies right up front here. You can see one marked just inside the pass on the right. We're using eyeballs and satellite. Things like this one, it'll come really close to the surface.
Okay.
This is impossible without Starlink. Well, it's not. We did it last time, but we had everything downloaded. This is way better with Starlink.
We have a Starlink plan which has unlimited data when you're close to land. Apparently these coral atolls are classified as land, so it's unlimited data. I'll take it.
Welcome to paradise. You can anchor anywhere here, it is absolutely stunning. You can anchor up there, you can anchor down there. This is Kentucky Island. That is why everyone is anchored right there. It's like X marks the spot, but you don't have to anchor there. Here's good too. And probably there, and probably way up there. The motus offer a little protection, so it's beautiful. Ah, it feels good. This will be open at low tide.
Which one did you choose, Ash?
This one. I'm so excited. Anyway, we went sort of near Kentucky Island, but further south, away from like the big crowds that conglomerate around Kentucky Island. It's super cool, don't get me wrong. 100% we're going there. But Willa's sick, I'm kind of getting a cold. It's like, we just kind of want to chill. It's our first night here. We wanted paradise. Nobody in paradise. We also just wanted to kind of an island to ourselves. I think I found it. This looks good.
That is that little island ahead of us. And we're anchoring right there. The water is crystal clear. And this is that little island that's right in front of us. Amazing, eh? Wow.
It's pretty deep here. How convenient. It's too bad it wasn't like chilled in there.
You keep your beer in the anchor locker, hey?
These are my beer, but every now and then I'll share them with Ben.
So we literally just came to shore tonight and we found this thing. It seems like a fad, but there's this thing which is,
It's like a sensor thing, isn't it?
yeah, it's like an ocean thing.
Oh, shark!
Interesting, eh?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's washed up over the reef or if it's just
tied to this bommy.
These are fish aggregation devices, or FADs commonly known, used by the purse seine industry. Thousands are deployed across the Pacific every year. And that plastic puck transmits both their location and data on the size of fish mass aggregated underneath. Since they're drifting FADs, they eventually wash over the reef and end up inside these atolls, leaving a trail of debris.
Does it measure temperature or something?
Yeah, it must measure temperature. What's it saying here? CE certification number. The Nahoa 55 is going to be CE certified.
Okay, let's go to land. Watch out for all the ropes now.
Maybe this one. Wow, look at that water clarity, guys. How does land feel?
Great, come on aboard.
Come on ashore.
That's the other thing. I don't feel any bugs yet.
I think we found our little bonfire spot for tomorrow night. This looks amazing. You got deep water access. Pull the dinghy right up. Uncommon in French Polynesia. Pretty nice. Willa, Bodhi, do you see what I see? I see some big hermit crabs. Oh, this one is stuck.
That's hilarious.
Here, hold the stick, buddy. It's a hermit crab, dude. Oh, come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, gotcha.
I want a hermit crab.
Stuck to a stick.
Here you go.
Thank you. Hermit crab. Why does no move here?
Because you're holding him. He's scared. If you leave them on the ground for a while, they'll come out and they'll start moving. Maybe we should have a race between the two of them. Put them right next to each other. See which one goes faster. Now you gotta wait, okay? See which one moves first. Okay, the way it works is the first crab outside that gets outside of this box wins. Which one is yours, Willa? This one?
I like the little
That one? And Mom's is that one.
Mine is mine. Mine.
Oh no, mine's sleeping.
Go grab!
Did you win, Ash?
I did. What do you think I won?
It's the baby.
It's a baby. Wow, where is it? Okay, put it in the arena. We got a new entry.
Hey, that's my shell, dude.
I found something. And look
Wow.
at it.
That's kind of sand dollar.
I think it's
I feel like there's like millions of bugs biting me. There are no bugs on this island. I can pretty much for sure say there aren't, but I'm having phantom bites from the marquesas.
This is what it's all about for us. Perfect beaches, beautiful sunsets, and time spent with family.
Yeah, let's keep going. Lead the way, Willa. Come on, Bodhi.
After days of battling the open ocean, these moments remind us of why we live this life. The stillness of the water, the warmth of the sand, and the joy of our kids exploring a new playground. It's these simple little things that make it all worth it. As for Nahoa, she's our floating home, the one that's always taken us safely across the next ocean, to our next island. Through calm seas and rough storms, she's our constant, our shelter, for 9.5 years now.